Hi YouTubers, Elsie Butcher here. Today is Tuesday, May 30th, 2017. And the title of this teaching is Defined by God, Part 1. In previous teachings, I have proven to you that the God of the Bible is not the same one that preachers, teachers, family members, and others talk about as being the entity of love and truth. Love and truth is talked about in the Bible, but it does not come from Jesus or his Father or Jehovah, etc. I want to touch on three main points in this teaching: Lucifer, society, and environment. But first, I want to refresh your memories about things covered in previous teachings that will be key to your comprehending the facts in today's teaching. A. There has been a merging of truly righteous and iniquitous people in this earth. The iniquitous, those who are mistaught, and those who are simply uninformed, being in leadership positions throughout the earth. B. Forensic righteousness has replaced intrinsic righteousness, and the merging of the two types has left the truly righteous cheated out of rightful places, and the iniquitous appointed to leadership positions to make decisions for everyone. See, truly righteous people have been caught in a seemingly never-ending death trap because of religion, government, and law. D. Forensic righteousness and intrinsic righteousness are not the same, the former being a construct from hell, and the latter being a natural quality given by true awe, or the righteous originators of all reality. E. The order of succession whereby truly righteous people were to inherit thrones, titles, positions, dignity, a status of well-being has been stolen and given to the rulers of the darkness of this world and their chosen assignees. F. Through no fault of our own, the species of man has become the species of humans, and there is an enormous difference between the two. F. I have proven that the God of the Bible and Lucifer are one and the same, and that Lucifer, the fallen archangel, is the one in charge in this earth. An angle meaning hook. G. Christianity is sorcery, because the definition for sorcery, one definition, is supernatural or divine control over others through the assistance of evil spirits, i.e. transmigration, reincarnation, the born-again experience, etc. Let us look at the word human once more. Merriam-Webster defines the word as one, homage, H-O-M-A-G-E, meaning home plus man. The species of man becoming the home or the residence in which he dwells, in which Lucifer, aka God, and evil spirits have been residents that occupy, that will remain in hostages for a time or temporarily, that keep the attention of their hostages directed upon them as their personal gods, that lead their hostages astray or away from a right course and into error. And they're there to hinder or to obstruct, to clog, to fill with extraneous matter or sources of emotion that come in from the outside, that check or reprimand, reprove, scold from a stolen position of authority, and interfere with the activity, the natural functioning of, and the progress or the moving forward of their hostages. To interfere means to intrude, to thrust threats, menaces, annoyances inside of others without their being welcome, nor having permission, nor being fit. Naturally proper or naturally belonging to oneself. Being fit meaning being naturally proper or naturally belonging to oneself. To interfere or to meddle with or to tamper with. To mix with so as to bring into close association with threats, and to temper. To soften their hostages or to weaken morale, moral principles, and right conduct by harassment, persecution, hounding, oppression, and to modify, to moderate, to lessen the intensity or the energy or the positive spiritual force of their hostages, and to interfere with greatness, remarkableness in magnitude, in extent or in scope, or in range, the maximum distance that can be covered, and also weight or weightiness, the quality of being of much importance or consequence. All of those things interfered with by that which comes in from the outside. Said another way, modifying involves adding influences or fluids, secretions or secret ions, or nuclides, idols in nuclei, that govern and restrain, that is, that prevent others from doing, from bringing about or effecting, to prevent us from exhibiting, from showing or directing attention to what is right, and to prevent us from expressing or speaking truth. These secret ions flow into individuals to corruptly or wrongly interfere with their authority for personal gain, for the getting of arrogated possession of the privates or persons that are deprived, having had the necessities of life taken away, as well as a healthful environmental influence. The privates, persons released, persons dismissed or removed from rightful positions. These private individuals, those intended by the righteous originators of all reality to be in front of or in leadership positions, to direct others on a straight course to zenith distance authority, or to Truar, Trooar, the righteous originators of all reality. Now, back to the word human, meaning homage. Homage, Latin for humus or for earth. Chthonic, Chthonic, referring to those on the earth and the infernal, those from hell or the netherworld of the dead. The thesaurus describes the Chthonic as those that are satanic, those having the nature of Satan, or those belonging to Satan, and Chthonic meaning idolaters, worshippers of idols, phantoms, or ghosts. 3. Homage, Latin humilis, to humiliate, to mortify, to destroy the strength, the effectiveness, as well as the moral and intellectual force of men, and their power or their ability to resist attacks, that is, to stand against the effects of attacks and to counteract and to defeat them. To mortify, A. Vitality, to destroy or corrupt and ruin strength, being strong physically, spiritually, morally, intellectually. To mortify energy, a positive spiritual force, and the power to live. C. To mortify proper functioning, the performing of natural activities expected of these hostages, and to subject persons to vexing embarrassments, troubling and disturbing hindrances by outside sources that cause them to feel ill at ease. To lack the authority to do or to be effective, and to destroy or ruin self-respect. Remember that the species of man became slaves and systematized or arranged in accord with a scheme or a plot, a cabal, an intrigue, a conspiracy. As such, the species was rarely identified as man, but as human. Meaning, the HU meaning humus or men of the earth. Chthonic, belonging to Satan. Humiliated or humbled, caused to become low. Low meaning soft, unable to endure hardship or privation, unable to endure difficulties or lacking necessities and comforts. Being compliant, conforming to requirements or conforming to demands. Being submissive. Being weak, powerless, caused to lack the authority to do or to be effective, and having independence, the quality of being self-governing, destroyed. So now, according to the system, man is in dependence. 2 words. Not beyond dependence, not beyond being controlled or decided or ruled by others, those that are disturbingly and threateningly different. The species of man was conquered and subjugated, yoked to those from under or from hell. Before bondage, the species of man was fine, F-I-N-E, fine. That is, free from impurity, good, royal, virtuous, superior in quality, and all right. A-L-L, and then R-I-G-H-T. Meaning they were alive, or we were alive and well, prosperous, healthy, blessed, acceptable, worthy of being accepted, of being regarded as proper and recognized as true, sure, trustworthy, and certain, honest and just, accurate, being correct or righteous, and conforming to the standard of truth. Then Lucifer, the one that was once perfect in all of its ways, until iniquity was found in him, enters the picture, and the species of man was separated into classes according to earthly status, caused to be joined with evil spirits, and made or caused to be in the similitude of God, or the similitude of Lucifer, being in Lucifer's likeness. Do you want to know why there are so many murders throughout the world, that it has escalated in recent days? Because Lucifer was a murderer from his beginning, and the species of man is linked to Lucifer. When the meaning of Psalm 2 and 8 is researched in the concordance, and the Gentiles being bequeathed or handed down, passed on to descendants generation after generation, as an inheritance to the Jewish people, we will also find that the Gentiles were divided, separated into classes, and distributed to others as their portions and as their possessions, or for their arrogated ownership, as an estate that the inheritors would enjoy, an excellent state or an excellent condition of being or of living. And the Gentiles, as an inheritance, were to be for occupancy, to be held, possessed, or owned. And I call the taking over of a person's existence a crime. The dictionaries say it, or slavery, which is submission to a dominating influence, is a crime. It's a crime against humanity, and that enslavement is an atrocity, that which is extremely wicked, cruel, and brutal, and barbaric. The species of man has become a hostage to slaveholders from the inside out, with the slaveholders masquerading as the kingdom of God within. The fine, F-I-N-E, or perfect people became defined, that is to say, our fineness was reversed and stolen by God, aka Lucifer. This ends part 1. Part 2 will follow. Until next time, I am Elsie Butcher, and I thank you for listening.